Hi everybody, it's Tammy, and thank you so much for joining me. On this particular video, I want to go over the benefits and some of the functionality of Google Docs within your Google Drive. So let's start in Google Drive. Please make sure you are in your Google Drive, signed into your school Google account. You can get there by drive.google.com. You can be in there if you are in your mail client in Gmail. Then you are able to go to the little grid in the upper right and choose Drive from there. Lots of different ways to get there. So make sure you're in Google Drive first. And once you're there, this is where we're going to be in the hub for this one and some of the other things we're going to talk about. So the benefits of this being a video is you are able to stop, you are able to replay, you are able to play again, you are able to speed up, slow down, depending on the speed. So that's up to you. This is self-paced. I will ask you probably every once in a while to pause or stop the video, and then in another tab, be working in the Google Doc or the Google form or the slides or whatever we're talking about. So that is the beauty of a self-paced lesson. So we're starting in Google Drive. Hopefully you're there. Couple of just real quick overviews of Drive. Now, I want to make sure that as you are building files in your Google Drive that you are really focusing on organization, because things will start to get cluttered and you will have a hard time finding things if you're not organizing as you go. So just a couple of things is, matter of fact, for right now, go ahead and click New and click on a folder. And I want you to create a new folder for everything that you're learning in Tech Tuesdays. So let's just make sure we have a folder for Tech Tuesdays. So if you're trying to remember something that you learned during a session, then you are able to go to that folder and easily find it. So we're going to just call it Tech Tuesday and create that folder in your Google Drive. And just as just a quick and very brief reminder, the main things in Google Drive over here on the left that you usually deal with are My Drive. That's everything that you create, and versus Shared with Me. Shared with Me would be files and folders that other people create and share with you. And so usually you are in My Drive when you are creating. And so these are some of the different folders that I've created in My Drive and some files along the way. Notice I have some of my folders are color coded. It's so easy to color code. If you want to organize that way, you would just simply right click on the folder itself and change the color, and you can choose from any of these colors right here. You can also do it from the side. If I extend here and I just need to right click on that, and then I can change the color from there. So just another way to help your organization within Google Drive, which always helps. All right, so we are in Tech Tuesday folder. Go ahead and let's create a new Google Doc. That's where we're going to be working in. So we go to New, and then we're going to go to Google Docs. But before we choose that, and usually that's what you're going to do, is just click right there on Google Docs. But I want you to notice something that you may not have noticed before. This little arrow over here will lead you to a blank document, which is what you get by default if you just click on Google Docs. Or you can create a Google Doc from a template. So what I want to just show you, you don't have to go there unless you want to. That's fine. You can stop if you want to and head over there and look at the different templates. But I'm just going to show you right from a template. Now what comes up is what is within our district first. Usually here's Wills Point ISD, and anything that anybody has submitted into the template library will be here. I see, I think this was lesson plans right here. But if we just go to general, then you can take a look at all the different templates that are available to you to start a Google Doc. Sometimes you want some kind of template or format before you get started, and then you just change the information and input your images or your content. So just a lot of good choices. If you're creating some kind of flyer or poster or something like that, there's a whole bunch of templates here that you can choose from. But we are not going to be talking about that today, but absolutely make sure that you know that when you are creating a doc, that you have that option over here to do that. But we're just going to click on Google Docs and just create this generic Google document. And then I'm going to show you some of the great things that you may or may not know about Google Docs. Now, remember that as we explore these different tools, what I want you to keep in mind and what I want you to keep the front of your mind is how can my students utilize these tools in class? Now, I want to start with the beauty of Google Apps for Education is that the keyword of collaboration, that you can share this document, and we'll talk about that little blue button in the upper right in just a second, but you can share this document and you can instantly be collaborating on different documents as well. So let's start with our title. So when you open up your Google Doc, it is not going to be titled. So I'm going to title mine, off a little bit, growth mindset, because I'm going to bring in some information from growth mindset. Matter of fact, I'm just going to go ahead and stick that in there. And I just pasted that in. So there's my title. You can set that title anytime you want to. You don't have to do it right away, but you'll notice once you go to your Google Drive and you see this untitled document, you're going to want to title that. So it's real easy to do. You just click up in that box and you can change it. And at this point, you can see that it's in the folder Tech Tuesday, but I can choose another folder if I want to. I can go back and I can put it in my drive. I can put it in any of these folders, but I do like it in Tech Tuesday, so I'm just going to keep it there. So it's right now, it's in Tech Tuesday folder, but I can always change that at any time. All right, so we are in this this document now. If in case you don't know, I'm not going to assume too much, but in case you don't know, this is your Word in Google Apps. This is what Word, Microsoft Word would be utilized for in the past, or you may still do that. I tend to use Google Docs for most of my word processing, but and most of my documents. But so this is your just your document creator. And if you do have some Word documents that you want to put in Google Drive and you want to create a Google Doc out of that, that's possible too. Let me show you that real quick. If you go to, I'll just go find a Word document that's in my documents right now. So you can see the different icons next to all these different documents. This is a form. These are Google Docs. These are images. That's a drawing. That's a slide. We'll talk about that in another video. But this says a W. So that is a Word document right now. So I'm going to click on that. And it is a Word document. Notice I cannot change this document. So any Word document that you have up in Google Drive, you're not able to edit. So what you would do is open that with Google Docs. So I just click the open with up here. And you can also do that when you're in Google Drive. I'll show you that in just a second. But what I want to do is open this Word document in Google Docs. Now it's going to create a new document, and it's going to be a Google Doc format, not the Word format. And I'm just going to take a look to see how that formats, how that comes out. So this was, I believe, from Discovery Ed, and it is now a Google Doc. Same title, same information. Let me look. It looks like the formatting's nice. Looks like I've got images in here. It looks pretty similar to what I had before. Now, the beauty of this is that I can start editing in this Google Doc. So it was a Word document. When it's in the Word format, I'm not able to edit. But if I open it or convert it to a Google Doc, then I'm able to edit it. So Google Doc is where you will do your magic. And so you are able to easily upload other Word documents. You can also change your settings to where whenever you do upload a Word document, it automatically converts it to a Google Doc where you're able to edit it. So You can go into your settings and explore the different settings on how you want Google Drive to treat your documents when you upload. All right, so that's how you would convert a Word document to a Google Doc so you can start editing. And I'm going to go back to my drive. That was that Word document. Now you notice I have the Word document still there, but now I have another document that is in Google Docs format. And that's the one I can edit. All right, so that's just a quick note about how we can deal with our Word documents in Google Drive. All right, so we're back in this document that I created. You're going to create something similar. You can call it with your last name and Google Doc practice or Tech Tuesday practice or whatever. And then I'm going to have you share this document with me in just a little while, temporarily. I might get rid of it eventually, but only from my shared with me. It won't get rid of it for yours. So you'll have this file in your Tech Tuesday folder. All right, so let's just explore some of the things. Another great thing to know about, I'm going to start typing some things in here. Another great thing to know about Google Docs is that right there, it says it's saving, and now all changes saved in Drive. You do not have to click a save button, which is awesome, because it used to be where you would work so hard on this document, and if you forgot to save it, it's gone. So you don't have to worry about that. With most of your Google apps, you don't have to hit any kind of save button because it automatically saves as you type. Awesome. All right, so that is here, and I'm going to come back to this in just a second. But let's go through some of these toolbar options up here. So if you notice that has the file menu here, it's very similar to the way Word used to be. So it's very user-friendly. It's not hard to figure out how to use these tools as you're going through it. So you've got File and you've got the Share button here as well. New, Open, Make a Copy. Whenever you say that you have a document that somebody shared with you, you want to make a copy of it for your purposes, for yourself. So make a copy is great, and then you have that option to change the name when you do hit make a copy. Or if you need to make a duplicate and then work from there, that's where you would make a copy. You can also have different download options when you want to download to your computer as a Word document. You can actually make this Google Doc a Word document on download. You can also do a PDF, which I use often, email, and then you've got just your typical things over here, page setup with your margins, stuff like that, landscape and portrait. All right, then we go to edit, and you have the very same thing. Now you have undo and redo, which you also have here on the other toolbar anyway. And then you have view, insert. Insert has got some great options here. Your image, if you want to insert an image, this is cool. You can upload from your computer, which sometimes you have images on your computer that you want to upload to it. You can upload from Drive, so it will go straight to your Google Drive, and it will bring up all the pictures that you have in your Google Drive up here on the right, and then you can just insert whatever pictures that you want from here. Now these are my recent or my Drive, and then there's other choices on down here that I can do. And then let me get out of that. You can also I want to show you this that you may not know, because sometimes when we want to put an image, or the students want to put an image in their document, they have to go search the web, and then they download it, and then we upload it here. Well, here's what's cool is I can just search from the web right here, and it pops up over here on the right, just a Google search. So I'm going to just search for growth mindset. I want brain, because I want a brain pig. And so if I hit brain, and then I can hit insert, and notice I could have chosen a whole bunch of different ones. at the same time. So here's my image. It's a little bit big for my taste right now. So what I'm going to do is just click on it, and I can use the little handles on the corners to resize that very, very easily. I can also wrap text, so I can put it in a location that makes it look good. I can also take that little circle up here, that circle handle, and I can rotate it a bit. And so it works out perfectly. It's so easy to use, but I love that you can insert an image and search for it right there. Makes it so easy. You can insert a table, and you can have as many rows or columns that you want. You can insert a drawing, and it will just pop up right on top. And this is your Google drawing. You have access to the different shapes. I can put in any of these shapes here, and then I would save and close, and it would insert that right into my document. I don't want it, so I'm going to get rid of it. But you have so many easy ways and easy options here for inserting. You got your header and page number. You can insert a break, table of contents, and it gives you some options for the different formats for it. If I go to the formatting, then you've got your typical, excuse me, your typical options for formatting. Now let's talk about tools for just a little bit. Obviously you have your spelling, which it will do spell check along the way, or you can just do it right here. You've got a word count. So sometimes when the students have a word count minimum, you can count the words, and that makes it easy there. And then explore. I want to talk about explore. This is really cool. So if I'm exploring, this is just going to take you to a Google search. And that's so great about these Google apps, is that it works with the power of Google. So you got that option over here to do some searching. You got web, images, drive. So you've got Google search built into this document, which just makes it just so much more powerful. I think it's just amazing. So you've got that explore button that the students can use as well. You have a dictionary, you have a translate document. If I want to make a new document, this will create a new document, translated copy of growth mindset. I can choose my language of choice. So if I'm doing some kind of newsletter or some kind of message to my students, I can create that document first, and then I can translate it, and I can have any language that I want to. So here you have, now keep in mind that Google Translate is not 100% accurate. I can't even tell you a percentage, but you know what? They're going to get something rather than nothing. So you've got that translate tool, which is also amazing. You have voice typing as well. So as long as you have a microphone on your computer, I'm going to allow that, use my microphone, and then I'm able to dictate, and it will type it out for me. And sometimes if my hands are tired and I really don't want to be typing it, and I would rather say it, then you have that tool as well. Pretty handy. Okay. It says you can say period and new line. So that's great. It's very much like your voice to text on your phone. So that's pretty handy as well. All right. So let's see what other tools up here. Just explore the others, but those are the main ones I wanted to show you. Now the add-ons, that's a whole other session we need to have, but you can get add-ons from Google, from the Google Store, by just clicking on get add-ons, and it would be added to here. And again, that's another session. We'll talk about that another day, but another rich tool. But let's talk about the greatest thing about Google Apps, and that is collaboration and sharing with each other. So what I'm going to do is, I have another computer over here. I'm going to click into this document. Now I know I'm going to be in here with myself, but you will be able to see in this document, I'm in the same document on another computer. So think about how the students can work in groups and collaborate on a single document or another Google app. And I can be typing over here on the other computer, and it is happening in real time in front of my eyes on this computer. And so students can be collaborating across a table next to each other. They can be collaborating from their own homes. They can be collaborating in the library quietly, and they can be working in this document together and creating something awesome. So you can also see as I'm typing, you can see the person's name who's typing this. Now, say that I'm the owner of this document and I shared it with you and I really don't like what you were typing. Now I'm going to go back up to here, all changes saved in Drive. So I'm going to click on this and I'm going to see the current version, and then I kind of like another version. Well, that was the blank page. Don't want that. But I am able to choose different versions if I just clicked on that arrow, and I can choose different versions. So yeah, don't like that. So I don't want to get rid of that. I liked that version. So that's the one I'm going to use. That's the one I'm going to go with. Only show named versions. So I want to restore this version. So that's what I'm going to click on, restore. And then I have the version before all those changes that other computer made, which was me. So you are able to go into your history in when you click on that all changes, and you are able to look in your history, and you can look at the different versions at those different times before changes were made, and you can restore that version. So I think that's a great handy tool as well. So that is right there in the all changes saved in Drive. Now, another great option with the toolbars up here, let me just go over those real fast. You do have your undo and redo. You have your print, paint. I don't use that a whole lot, but you can zoom in if you want to. You can change your text. So if I want this growth mindset is at normal text right now, but I want to make it a title, and I'm like, oh, that's maybe a little bit too big. You have these different options. So I'm also noticing in the other document that it's happening in real time over there as well. So as they're collaborating, as your students are collaborating, it's happening so fast, instantaneously, which is very efficient, and students like that. So do you. So you've got your Arial, you've got your different fonts here. And if you don't like any of these, then you can download more fonts. So if you go to more fonts, you can do that. You've got your font size right here. And you've got all your typical. Now, this is cool. If I want to link this, I'm going to copy this, go back to this. If I want to link something, I just highlight the text, click on the hyperlink, and I can paste the link there. It gives me some suggestions, but I'm just going to suggest that in there and hit apply, and then that's done. And then just take a look. You've got where you can put images here, and you've got some different formatting options here. As far as your justify, you have your bulleting and your indentions. So you've got everything that you typically would need in a document. So main things is organization in Google Drive. You can convert your Word documents into a Google Doc very easily by just clicking on that Word document and opening with Google Docs. It will create a different document. All your changes are saved real time, and you click that share button right here. And I can save, or I can share that with anybody else. You just start clicking or typing out names, and you'll have those pop up, and you can just choose any of those people. And then you can also change their settings here, whether they can edit it whether they can comment on it if you just want them to take a look, or if they can just view it and not be able to edit it. So you can do that right here. You can go into advanced. You can actually add a message when you're sharing something with somebody. You also have the link up here to share. So you can copy that link and paste it, and that is the link to your actual document online. So another benefit by having Google Docs online as opposed to something that you would have on your computer on the hard drive is that this is all web-based. You are able to access this document from any device, any computer that gets internet. So that is another beauty of Google Apps is it's all web-based and you can access it anywhere from any device as long as you are logged into your account. So man, it just makes collaboration so easy. And there's a couple of other things that I haven't even mentioned, like comments. You can open up a comment if you're collaborating with somebody and what do you think? And hit that comment, and you've got this comment out here. You can mark as resolved, and it's gone, or you can have that conversation with the other collaborators in your document. So if you have a team of other teachers that teach your same subject, if you're not using Google Apps to collaborate together and share resources in a Google Drive folder, please try to start doing that and start building that library of resources in a web-based tool like this. And then you are sharing it with your teammates, just like the students will be doing, sharing it with their group mates and their teammates or their partners, and able to collaborate and create great things with the power of Google. So I hope this helped kind of open your eyes a little bit to more options in Google Docs. And please do not hesitate to let me know if you have any questions about Google Docs or any of the Google apps. Thanks for watching.